My partner uses an Apple Watch SE 3 and it does everything she wants. It calls, it texts, it's got Siri, and it's got about a bajillion different apps on the App Store. But you know what it also does? It dies. Every single day, it dies. She hates charging it. I hate charging it. So when Fanny reached out to me with the Luna smartwatch promising a 7-day battery life and all the sensors and trackers you could need, I had some questions. And naturally, so did she. Because going from this to something less than half the price is not really going to make you feel like you're going to make an upgrade. Now, by no means am I saying that this is a comparison video, but I do really want to put into perspective what you can get for a fraction of the price of an Apple Watch and maybe not miss out on much. But naturally, at this price point, we had our own set of questions. Could something like this really deliver on that 6-7 day battery life? And could it actually give you accurate or even decent tracking for that price? Well, there's only one way to find out. So she used it for 14 days, I watched, we both made our notes, and we have been very surprised. And potentially not in the way that you might think, so let me break it all down for you. One quick side note before we dive in though, I'm not going to ask you to replace your Apple Watch with the FANY Luna. That name's not going to go well in the UK. And there's clear reasons why. Unlike the Apple Watch, the FANY Luna does not have cellular connection, it will not make calls, it will not send texts, it does not have wallets, and it does not have a voice assistant. This video is mainly going to be for the people who are trying to get into having a new smartwatch, something that works across the board with any Android or any iOS device, doesn't break the bank, and gets them a smooth entry point into owning a smartwatch and see exactly what they need or they don't. So if you're one of those people who are going to leave their phone at home and just use a smartwatch for everything, this is not going to be the watch for that. But if you fall in the latter category, where you're trying to get into some stuff, well, stick around. The first thing you notice is that this thing is light. Like, forget that you're wearing it kind of light. No matter the strap material you pick, the entire package is going to come well under 30 grams. And that is way lighter compared to any other mainstream big name smartwatch out there. And because it's so light, wearing it to sleep for actual sleep tracking is genuinely comfortable. Now, because she is coming from an Apple Watch, the Apple Watch does feel more of a brick to her after wearing the Luna. But at the same time, the kind of battery life she was getting with the SE 3, she wasn't really able to track any of her sleep most nights anyway. The design is clearly aimed at women. Smaller circular dial, feminine color combos, pink themed UI throughout, and look, I'm a guy, I can appreciate good looking design when I see it. But for my partner, she absolutely loved the aesthetic on this watch and the watch faces that it even came with. The options on the website are all pretty decent. Not really to my kind of liking, but hey, for any girls out there or anybody with a different taste to mine, you will definitely be able to appreciate this a little bit more than I currently do. And what I do really appreciate about the design of this watch is that it just happens to be a good looking watch that also happens to be smart, rather than looking like a computer on your wrist. For me, it sits somewhere between a Samsung and an Apple Watch in terms of both design and software, and we will talk a little bit more about that later on. Cycle tracking, built right in. So you log it, the watch learns you cycle, and you get reminders. For anyone with a period, this is genuinely useful. I know you can also get it on the Apple Watch, but that again is almost more than double the price. The next thing that caught our attention was mood and emotion tracking. You can now log what you feel. So stressed, emotional, happy, tired, exhausted. You can log everything. It keeps a track and it tries to find a pattern. And it also has a helpful breathing exercise mode built into it, just in case stress hits differently. Now look, is it medical grade? No. But for someone trying to understand their own mental patterns, it's a nice touch at this price point. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We've got to talk about their battery life. The Apple Watch SE 3 gets about 18 hours of normal use, maybe about a day or day and a half if you're super careful with it. But the FANY Luna, with similar usage, I'm talking notifications, step tracking, sleep tracking, occasional workout, heart rate sensing, we got consistently 6 to 7 days, and some users online reported even more. And that blew my mind. That's the difference between charging your watch every night and forgetting where your charger is. For someone who wants a good, reliable smartwatch that does all the basics, keeps up with the notifications, your heart rate, your steps, your calorie counts, workout tracking, everything, and doesn't need a lot of babysitting, this is the one. A few other things that I appreciated. The user interface is easy to navigate. You can switch between list view and grid view, which is nice. The rotating dial lets you scroll through menus smoothly. You can actually customize the action button to open whatever feature you use. The action button and the dial are well engineered, I must say. The dial is super smooth and responsive. The button feels great as well. At this price point, I expected it to be cheap feeling, but it is quite the opposite. The camera control from the watch works. You don't see a camera preview, but it works like a remote shutter. You get your sleep tracking breakdown, your workout summaries, step counting, it's all there. Heart rate monitoring, notifications, the basics, it's all present here and it just works. It's not overloaded with features that you will never need, but it does have everything that you will need and a little bit more on top. Okay, enough about the goods, but deep breath. Let's talk about the downsides. Because at $130 and currently on sale for $70, this is not perfect. The software feels slightly basic. Grid view is frustrating, all the app icons are the same color, pink. It's tiny, it's dense enough, and it definitely does not need to be any more dense or any more resolution heavy. On Apple, each app has a distinct color, so you can find things just by memory. Here, you're actually reading icons. The list view is better, but the grid view needs a little bit more work. Another limitation is the customization. You don't have a ton of options to theme your watch with. No additional app store for more watch faces either. You do get a fairly decent collection of watch faces for the watch's target audience, and you can add an image from the gallery if you're so pleased to. They do release new watch faces on the FANY app, so if you do want to get that extra bit of customization, you can get the free app. And then there's some of the missing features that we've already gone over, kind of, a little bit. So I'm talking about no call answering, no replying to text, no voice assistant, no wallet, no SIM, so no cellular connection. So if you're used to leaving your phone behind, going on a run, and then taking calls on a watch, this is potentially not going to cut it. So let's put this into perspective. The Apple Watch SE3, currently £220. You get calling, texting, Siri, Apple Pay, a huge app store. Studies consistently suggest that Apple's heart rate monitoring is one of the most accurate ones on the market. And of course, you pay for that. But the FANY Luna on the other side, $129 or down to about 120 quid. Currently up for sale for 70. You don't get calling, you can't make payments, there's no assistant, but you do get nearly a week of battery, a much lighter design, cycle tracking, mood logging, and a much more feminine aesthetic. For less than half the price, you're giving up connectivity, gaining battery life, and comfort. Now, which one is better purely depends on you and the kind of things that you want from a watch. So, who's this watch for? Let's start off with the first-time buyer. You don't exactly know the kind of features you want, but you just want to slide into having your first or just having a new smartwatch, and this is a fairly low-risk way to get into it. 2, if you care more about battery than apps, this is definitely worth it. 3, if you want cycle and mood tracking without really spending 300 quid. 4, if you prefer getting something that looks more like a watch and not necessarily like a computer on your wrist. But also, this is why you should be skipping this watch altogether. 1, if you're taking calls and sending messages directly from your watch, this is not going to do that. 2, if you completely rely on Apple Pay or Google Play just by relying on your watch. 3, if you want the creme de la creme medically certified heart rate sensors and sleep sensors, well, that costs a pretty penny, so you should just go for the Apple Watch there. And 4, if you hate cables, wait, that's a Pro. If you hate cables, you're really not going to need many with this. So, my partner wore this for 10 days. She's an Apple Watch user, and her stance is quite straightforward. She wore the Apple Watch only about 3 days a week because she constantly forgot to charge it. And she wore the Luna pretty much every day of the week because she forgot that she even had to charge it. It was just there and it worked. And that is the key difference. And honestly, I think she's right. Look, the Luna is not trying to dethrone Apple in any way. If anything, they're trying to create their own league. If you want a brisk computer, you need to get the Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch. If you want a stylish companion that goes with pretty much all your outfits, does your health tracking, sleep tracking, heart rate sensors, and tells you the time without really needing a lot of babysitting, then this could be one of the top contenders on your list. I'll leave a link in the description down below for the FANY Luna so you guys can check it out. And bear in mind, there's a pretty decent sale going on at the moment. It's usually $129, which is about 120 quid, and it is down to $70, which should be about 60 odd quid. So if you want to check something out, now's a good time. I'll leave the links for you down below. If you've got any questions or if you want to debate on something, go ahead and leave a comment. I reply to all of them, all the time, all the videos. So I shall be chatting to you guys in the comment section. And just like always, I will catch you guys later.